Okay, so now I understand what's happening. So now this is a certain situation now. You feel me? So it's like you somebody say Frank Garris. That ain't really your name. You know what I'm saying? They say Frank Garris. That ain't really your name. You feel what I'm saying? I know your real name. You know what I'm saying? I know who you are. I know where you come from. I know who you got taught by. I know who raised you and everything that you understand. You are not a man of faith. You know what I'm saying? You are atheist. You are atheist, you know what I'm saying? And you come to me talking about some, oh, you Elijah Muhammad, you Elijah Muhammad, then you Elijah from the Bible, then you God, and you Pharaoh, and it's like, yo, what's up? You feel me? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, you studied under this and that, and I'm like, damn, what's up with you? And it's just like, damn, you remember all this stuff and you came from a place where so many individuals was growing up with no understanding, right? To the point where you didn't even have no understanding. Now you think because technology done advanced, yeah, you was a fighter, you fought, but you picked and choose what fights you fought. You picked and choose what fights you fought. Feel me? You did not fight to save the people. You fought for money. You don't fight for people. You fight to get money. And then once you see that the Creator's will is being done and the people are starting to wake up, then you entrench yourself in that. Then you entrench yourself in something different. Feel what I'm saying? And that's just where it goes. So with me, it's like I heard a question. They said, "Well, how I think it was the Minister Falcon. He was like, "Well, how many individuals, they know who knows like, we got so many different colors of people, so many different colors of animals, so many different colors of vegetables, and stuff like that." So he's like, "Yo, you got to come up with the how, like, or the why of, why that happened, why the Creator have never did that, you know what I mean?" And it's like individuals don't know. So what I'm saying is that I understand it to a degree because it's about the seasons. So it's every seasons have of like if like the ground got to be fertile in that season for a particular seed. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what it is, if it's a fruit, feel me? It's a season where this fruit get born, and this fruit gonna come out this color because of the season, and this fruit gonna come out this color because of the season, and this gonna come out, or this vegetable, this fruit, feel me? Because it's vegetables and fruit because of the seasons. Feel what I'm saying? And seasons bring about different colors. This is how the colors came into the play. You look at the trees and stuff like that. It's different seasons bring a different color. That's why you think when human beings was in certain places where certain things didn't happen, they only could inhabit certain things. You feel what I'm saying? Because their climate wouldn't allow them to produce certain type of colors in that atmosphere. This is why, feel me? So if you got a black man and a black woman and they in a certain climate and a certain atmosphere and they have a baby and they both could be black or whatever the case may be, and then the next thing you know, once they had a seed, what I'm saying, they seed could be white. Or they see could come out with a lot of hair on their head and look like they're Indian or something like that. They be like that. And they looking at each other like, I hope she ain't blaming me. And he like, I hope that type of work. So ain't nobody cheating on nobody. It's the season that do the DNA test and they be like, yeah, that's our kids, whatever. They be like, wow, how we have a kid? So now you go testing, now you go chasing your DNA, chasing your bloodline. Oh, did we have Indian in our families? And how did this come about? No, everything about the colors and everything else like that is race. It's season. It's the Creator's will. That's just what it is. Man trying to make it just like it's more than what it is. Like, nah, it's the seasons. Every season is a season where things should be planted. So when you go and you have sex, you plant a seed in a certain season. So things look certain ways to make an individual feel like, oh, is that my child? Or is this and that? Feel what I'm saying? It's the same thing with Abraham. When was that Abraham? Was it Abraham? Or was that well, in the scriptures it was somewhere, it was twins. They was twins. That mean they came up in the same womb, same seed. So it was no who was the father, because we already know you pregnant with twins. We know who the father is. You feel what I'm saying? Unless you was what they call that, semi-automated or semi-automated or something like that, impregnated or something like that. But other than that, back when that was coming, so okay, now you pregnant. Now here come Esau and Isaac. So now when Esau come out, Esau is hairy. When Isaac come, Isaac got smooth skin. So it doesn't matter. It's the season. So now it's like, what did the season produce? The season produced a hairy individual. It depends on the season. So who got produced right in the right season? So you got to understand the seasons of when these individuals was born to understand how they became, you see what I'm saying, in prophecy of the Creator's will, who they became. So you got to take this stuff into calculation when you're thinking that you know the Creator's will. You understand what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't the season that the firstborn should come, you feel me? And when he snatched his feet, you feel what I'm saying? And his hand came out and they tied the red thing around his arm, and then he got snatched back in by his brother, and then the other brother came out. You feel what I'm saying? And then the other brother came out. The other thing was it wasn't your season. It wasn't your season. So that means that when Esau was coming out first and they tied it around him, or when what's-his-name was trying to steal his birth, you know what I'm saying, through the womb, and his hand came out, they tied it up around his hand. It wasn't his season. So he had to come back in, and then the first child, which was the firstborn, was supposed to come out because it was his season. Because it was his season. But the thing about it was your season, right? But it wasn't the Creator's will that you should be born then. The Creator's will was that you should be born then. You were supposed to come here, but because he had two, because of the seed that I had, that I printed them, gave them two, now what I got to do, I got to go back and do the same thing that I've been doing towards two individuals that I don't want to do it to, but I can't blame them because it's the season, it's the mother, and it's the father. So now they got to come in, right? But I still got to do my will. But I know this firstborn in this season is not going to do my will. But I know the second one in this season is going to do my will. And so this is what they kicking and preaching to my people right now today. You feel what I'm saying? Because they think they're the only people that understand this stuff. So this is what they kick it to my preachers, like, it's not his way to do this and that. But here's the thing about it was, you got to understand that the same way that this brother went, everything, that was Jacob. He became Jacob. And everything that he went through, regardless of what he had to go through, he still had to come and see his brother. And when he came back, he was in fear of his brother because he stole a blessing that he knew that wasn't his. So when he came back to the brother, you feel what I'm saying? So now he trying to rectify with the brother, and the brother like, man, I don't know what you been through. I don't know what you going through, whatever the case may be. You still my brother. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know why you left. You feel what I'm saying? Imagine how I felt when my twin brother done disappeared and I got to go try to find you. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that you don't know go through a brother's head or whatever the case may be. But they didn't put that much in there. But we know as siblings that that's what we do for the family. We trying to find like, where he at? So now, he had to ask his mom, so where he go? His mother probably told him, bro, listen. You know what I mean? Because she was the one that told him to steal a blessing. The mother told him to steal a blessing. Go to your father. He's about to give your brother a blessing. Your father just went out, your brother just went out there to go get your father something to eat. So go ahead in there, hurry up. Let me put this hair on you and stuff like that. And you go. And he knew, he was like, he asked him a question. You see what I'm saying? He's like, is this Esau? And then he said, yeah. You understand what I'm saying? But the reason why he did it is because his mother told him to do it. But his mother knew something that the scriptures don't explain, but it's explained through the scriptures. So only if you got supernatural understanding that you can understand that. So he went to where he went or whatever. But his brother still became who he was supposed to become. You feel what I'm saying? But when his brother came back in the house and he asked his father, I just went and I just got you some food that you sent me to get, and I just came to give you your food. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, you said you was going to bless me. He was like, oh, your brother came and stole it. He's like, well, you got to still bless me. He's like, I just gave the blessing. I gave it to your brother. I gave it to your brother. Like, what about me? What about me? And then he gave him a superficial blessing or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing about it was, this was the firstborn, and he was inherited as a right to have that blessing. So this is why his brother had to go through so much stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And so now this is where the lines get messed up at, because the creator of heaven and earth told Abraham to make sure that he I think that was Abraham. Was it Abraham or who was it? Abraham? I don't get me mistaken. Don't get me mistaken. It was a prophet, but he's in the line of. It was the father of Isaac. It was the father of not Isaac. It was the father of Esau and Jacob. So the thing about it was, you know, the creator of heaven and earth had let them know, like, yo, you can't go have sex with other individuals, you understand what I'm saying, and things like that, and make them your wife. You understand what I'm saying? You have to stay with, you know, what I prescribe that you do. But Esau wasn't doing that. Esau was doing this. Esau was doing that because he was out there. He was running out there. He was tough. He was in the jungle. He was doing his thing, and he was doing this and this and this and that. So his mother looking at that, and she knew, like, okay, well, you know what? I know that my son ain't supposed to be doing this, and I know that I'm with a blessed man. I know the Creator loves us, and I know the Creator is with us. That's why we still here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to put you in a place to get this blessing. Feel me? So she put him in a place to get the blessing. But the thing about it was, it caused hardship on both her sons. It caused hardship on both her sons. Why did it cause hardship on both her sons? Because if whatever he was doing, he could have changed according to the blessing. But the mother felt as though, well, I got to do this. But see, now you going against the Creator's will. So now if you go against the Creator's will and the son going to the Creator's will, and you put the other son in front, how you doing better than the other son in the eyes of the Creator of heaven and earth, when you could have just let him get his blessing, which was his due right, and see what happened? So now you want to try to take the place of the Creator of heaven and earth thinking and his will with his prophets, because now you deceived your little son. You deceived both your sons. You deceived Esau. You deceived Jacob, and you deceived your husband, and you deceived the Creator of heaven and earth. So when y'all start talking that stuff, y'all better understand what y'all be reading. Don't be letting them lie to you talking about it don't got nothing to do with nothing. It got something to do with a lot of stuff. Of why certain can't say or do what they want to do when it comes to this faith. This is a man thing. You was created to be the helper. That's it. You got to understand that. Don't try to be other than that, because then that's when you get it misconstrued and something else going to control you. Because you don't want to believe in the supernatural way of essence and the way things is. You want to believe in what the Creator telling you. The same thing he told Eve in the Garden of Eden. No, surely the Creator of heaven and earth didn't say that. And then you believed it. And then what happened to you, your man, everything? The Creator said, yo, Creator of heaven and earth said everybody got to get kicked out. He kicked Satan out. He kicked Eve out, and he kicked Adam out. Like, no, y'all can't be around me. Y'all can't be in my presence with this deceivingness. Y'all deceiving each other. I told you don't go with the deception. I told you. You didn't tell your wife that I told you not to go with the deception, so she didn't know. But then, you feel me? Now it's like, yo, this is what happened. But you can still be in my presence, you see what I'm saying, if you do these commandments. Other than that, only thing you had to do was till the ground and keep it fruitful until you sinned and you went against my commandments that I told you. So that's what really happened. So nowadays, when women start acting like they could get up into something that don't really, no, you came from a man. You be like, I don't believe that, this and that. How you not going to believe the Creator's will? So that means you don't believe in the Creator. That means you don't believe in faith. That means you don't believe in the books. That means you don't believe in the prophets. That means you just believe in yourself. Okay, so now you just want to do whatever you want to do as a woman and believe what the machine telling you. Because that's Satan now. So if he got you then, he gets you now. He gets you then, he gets you now. You feel me? But you think you're doing something, but he gets you then, he gets you now. Because you don't want to believe. You want to be the ruler. You want to believe that you was played as if as though your life don't matter. when you had the strongest women in the scriptures that represented the scriptures. And men don't want you to know that. Men don't want you to see the strong women that represent the scriptures that was dealing with the prophets and dealing with the individuals, the messages and stuff like that. They don't want you to see that. They want you to see that you're supposed to rule a man. This is what Satan wants you to do. Because why? He got kicked out for deceiving you. So of course y'all partners. You know what I mean? And I'm going to leave it like that. But I'm going to say something else. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Listen. Frank, what's up? You know what I mean? Frank, I know that ain't your name and stuff like that. And I'm not no 43. I'm not no 45. I'm not no 49. I'm not no 46. I'm not no 40. All the numerals and stuff like that, man, you can cancel that stuff. Y'all could totally cancel that stuff. I don't need no help. I don't need no protection. I don't need, whenever I'm ready to, whenever. And I mean that, whenever, because I'm tired of this, man. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all done came down here, came up with this craziness, done did this wrong to my people. I came through with the creator heavens, and the only thing you're going to give your people is a gun? That's the only thing you got to give the people in the ghetto is a gun and some drugs? A gun, some drugs, and some whack rap? A whack rap, a gun and some drugs, and you got a slave. Give them a gun, some drugs, and a whack rap, and you got some slaves. Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not a part of that. I'm sorry. I can't do that. So it is like it was me and you. What's up? You know what I'm saying? It ain't you. I know about it. So it's like, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, yo, women, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, yo, y'all is so misconstrued and misinformed. And it's like, yo, they really getting it. And it's like, nobody gonna hear you. Nobody's trying to understand you. Man, whatever. I just tell y'all like this, man. You feel me? They trying to get rid of the scriptures. You feel me? They trying to get y'all that new version. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get y'all that NIV version. So now they got this new IV version, the National King Association or something, the National Marriott something type Bible. So now they don't want you to get the King James where you seen in red letters what the Messiah said. Now they don't even want that in existence. Now they want to give you some American Standard version. You feel me? That's why when you be hearing the preachers, they be like, oh, go to this book. Hold up, go to this book. This was where it was said in this book. And hold up, this is what it was said in this book. And then I'm just listening like, really though? And then when you go back and study when them books was written and who written them books and who gave them the authority. See, they had to have authority to write them books. But when you go and to say, whoa, let's go into when the Bible was written Hebrew. Feel me? So the preachers that's preaching the word not coming telling you about how it was preached in Hebrew. So if you're not preaching in Hebrew and you're not speaking the word in Hebrew and you're not speaking the real name of the Messiah, how do you expect to get blessings? When you praying to a machine, we just letting you live long enough, man, till we decide to do some old crazy stuff to you. So, yo, man, y'all got it twisted, man. I got it twisted.